My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. I was born July 4th, 1986. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Today, I got to do a walk and talk. And in reality, just being honest, I prefer doing walk and talks because it's just, what's the reason to sit and stare at me? I'd rather you just have something a little more entertaining to be able to look at, which is this fascinating world to be able to be a part of. And before you say, oh, Mark, you got all these beautiful places to be able to walk and go, it's all around the world. It's a matter of if you want to do it or not. Because what's always fascinating to me is the simple fact of how many more people move here. Georgetown being the #1 city in the United States of America that people have moved to with the population growth. And the more and more people that move here, the less people there are out here. I've seen 2 people so far, and I'm probably a mile in, but at this moment here, I'll never see another person. And it's kind of sad in a way. So that's kind of why I want to just have my videos to be in a way to be able to show the lands. And disclaimer up front, if I use the word dogs, if I use the word animals, I'm referring to, come on girl, I'm referring to my animals and my dogs. I don't know yours. I don't know your dog. I don't know you. I don't know what's going on. All I know is what's going on with my stuff that I get to see and get to experience on a day-to-day basis. And that's one thing I really want everyone to just really be clear with. I know there was a time and day that I would classify myself and say, I'm a dog trainer to help you with your dog. But to be just frank, I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm not here to show you anything other than this pretty interesting lands that we got around here. But that's for you to be able to figure out on your own, the same way that I'm trying to figure this out on my own. Because the problems that I was having with, like I said, my dogs, come on, girl. The problems I was having with my dogs, other people were also having the same problems with. And the stuff that people were trying to teach me how to be able to solve my issues wasn't working. I had to figure my issues out on a different level, in a different way. And to me, that has led me down this path of why I even started making YouTube videos in the beginning anyways. And that's gonna start off with a question, of a statement, of something that I wanna say up front to just really get you thinking a little bit. Because everyone has the answers to your problems until they have the problem. It's something that I just can't stop thinking about because it's just weirdly so true. Everybody can fix your problems. They got all the answers how to do it. But when they run into even that exact same problem that they gave you all the answers to, they fold, they run away, they don't know what to do, they end up absolutely nowhere. It's such a very interesting situation. And that's why I believe just my beliefs on why we in reality shouldn't really be teaching each other, because each of us is doing what we're doing based on our life and what's going on with us in our situations. My dogs have the problems that they have. Obedience wise, do what you do. Go find you an obedience trainer, teach a dog sit, teach a dog down. But I'm talking about the day-to-day, all day living with the dog. I'm talking about the interaction with these animals. Not even just the dog, but all the animals in reality. Since I guess I can say I had the luxury to have more than just a dog. And it's the interactions that are going on my day-to-day. That's the part where it's hard for us to teach each other because you don't live my life day-to-day. You don't even know what I'm looking for, and I don't know what you're looking for. All I could do is come in and see something that someone has to say you need help with, but you're not really telling me the whole situation of what's actually going on. That's the problem with me, where I've learned really fast right away on why it's hard for me to work for a lot of people, especially when it comes down to dogs, because a dog's not lying and you are. And you're not going to get anywhere if you're constantly lying or constantly blame shifting or constantly just saying that it's them, it's not me, it's over there, it's not here, you're the problem, they're the problem, I'm not the problem, but you're the one that's supposedly the answer. But yet if you're the answer to the problem, why is the problem not solved? And I believe that that's why something just to even go on to that is, well, I like math. I know a lot of people just don't really like, I like math. I'm talking like algebra. I'm talking like calculus. I don't know why, but that stuff is it's always, I run numbers. This is what I do when I'm running. I do math problems, 38 times 42, and I try to figure it out as fast as absolutely possible. That's what I run to. I don't run to music. I don't run to even too much thoughts. I just run to math problems and equations. And now that my youngest daughter is starting to get into doing more of these little equations, it's just fun to be able to, I enjoy it. And I enjoy it because I don't enjoy the answer. I enjoy the process of showing your work to be able to get to the answer. And that's where we're unfortunately lacking in with a lot of stuff that's going on this planet. On why, to me, I have to just break down up front on video and say the reasons on why I believe that we shouldn't have a said human teacher, because we need the Holy Spirit to be able to teach us what we need to be able to understand and know. That's the only thing that knows us. Another human just doesn't know you, but the Spirit can be able to show you the work on how to be able to get that answer. Someone may have the right answer. Someone could say to you, you need to invest. That's how you're going to be set up for the future. They got that answer of invest, but show me the work. How do I do that? What does that mean? What does that entail? What is that? It just doesn't make sense when you just give the answer without showing the work. And showing the work for each of us is completely different. It's completely unique to what it is that we need in our journey. So that's why, for sure, I want to be able to explain and say, when I'm talking about dogs, I'm talking about mine. And this is my story. This is my straight up like that, I can't say it like that. It's my channel to be able to explain some things that have been able to help me with my story. So my dog is not your dog. I am not you. So when I'm telling stories about my dogs, just understand, this is my dogs. This is a life lessons and life journeys that I'm learning. And because the one weird, crazy thing is, I don't know why, but it's just something strange in me that I've always been able to just see people when they're lying to me. And that's why, again, dog training is so complicated to me, because dogs don't lie. And they're showing your truth. And I'm like, you sure that's not going on? And the dog is like, that's going on. And you're like, no, everything's fine. And I'm just like, this isn't matching up right here. And that's the part that gets really, really complicated, because we're hearing the answers, but we're not knowing how to be able to do the work to be able to get that answer. And the more, this part that I'm going to just straight up say, and I know, is the way to get the answer, it's not the same. It's not all the same stuff. To get the 10, you don't just do 9 plus 1, 10 plus 0, 2 times 5. You can do weird stuff in there. You can start throwing some exponentials. You can start throwing some parentheses. You can start showing all kinds of stuff in there to get the 10. It's almost like straight up in an unlimited way to get to the number 10. It's not just one way. But the thing is, which way is it that your brain understands? Which way is it that you're able to be able to figure it out? That's where you have to be able to just sit down and figure out how to be able to ask the right questions to get what is it you're looking for. Because for me, a question that I've been asking is a question that I've stated and said, or a statement, I guess I could say, that I'm looking at my dogs. I don't know about yours, mine. But again, I've worked with so many people and so many dogs that this isn't just me. So I want to say something to hopefully get some folks really thinking a little bit. I don't believe that my dogs care at all about me in any way. They just use me. They just dictate to me. They say, I want to do this, and I'm going to do this now. They tell me where I should go. They tell me when they want to sleep. They tell me what they want to do, when they want to do it, and they don't care about me at all. They only care about what I do. They only sniff in my hands on what's in his hands to be able to give me. They're only perked up and all excited when I come out the door to come see them on the times that I leave them on the front patio, just hoping and wondering what I'm going to bring to them. Not bringing me, but what am I going to bring, such as some sort of food, some sort of bone to chew on, some sort of snack. They only get all excited to get into the van because they know, hey, we're about to go out and go for an adventure. We're going to go for a walk so that I can go and do what I want to do. So this dog right here, straight up, prime example of perfect situation. She wants to do what she wants to do right now. And she hasn't been in frame. She's been behind me because she's been butthurt because I told her no, because she couldn't chase a squirrel. She looked at the squirrel. She got all excited. And I looked at her and I just gave her I just said, Ophi, I don't want to say it like that because dogs don't understand the difference between language. That's why I don't like speaking to my dogs. But if I said it right now, she'll think something's wrong. But I don't have to yell it. I don't have to be mean. I don't have to be harsh. I just say, that's not what we're doing right now. I set my boundary in place. That's the only reason why I guess I can say my dogs listen to me more than others in situations, because I do have boundaries. They are pushing me around, and she's all butthurt because she didn't get to do what she wants to do. And she's showing that. She's showing it the whole time right now. She's got this soul sulking look to her. She's all like, you let me do what I want to do. I don't like you. I don't want to be around you. That's in reality exactly what she's doing right now. She doesn't care about me at all. Only about what I'm allowing her to be able to do. This is something that I've been questioning a lot. And then I've been questioning that in the sense of asking for some more information from something that can't actually teach me. Because a human can't teach me this. A human can't be able to give me the insight of how to be able to get this to be able to get into a better place. A human can't even say to me, Mark, you're thinking wrong. Your dog isn't like that. That's not possible. But if I show you all day, day by day, what goes on with these dogs, you would have no other choice but to say like, oh, I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying. The dogs are just sniffing your hands, man. Like, I don't even give my dog treats. So I'll give them snacks, I'll say, in a sense of I'll give them a bone if it's time to eat some bones. When I give them their food, I clearly have to give it to them out of my hand. I got to hand them their food. But I'm not like walking around with a treat pouch that they're just used to always me having treats on me or anything like that. Because I give them a snack like once every week. I'll give them like a bone. I say snack is a bone. I don't give them like little soft chews. I give them something to chew on. And that once a week that I give it to them, every time I pick anything up, every time I can move a baby chick out of a brooder, put into a coop, and they're like, what are you going to give me? Every time I pick up eggs to collect them to get them, they're like, what are you going to give me? They're always, 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 what are you going to give me? What are you going to give me? What are you going to give me? Everywhere, everything that I do, what are you going to give me? I don't care about you. What are you going to give me? And when I don't give them what they want, that's the instant that they're just like, you know, I'm going to go get it myself. I don't care what you're going to do. Classic example this morning with Johnny. I put him out in the morning to go to the bathroom. Dude jumps the fence, goes in the back because I put some, I had a couple chickens pass away last night, or they were really small ones. But I don't know why I didn't. Usually I give them to the dogs, but I just decided this time not to. Straight up, this dude jumped the fence, went in the backyard, went to go pick these chickens up and ate them. He's all about, what are you going to give me? I don't care about you. That's just what these dogs are to me. That's what I see with what's going on with my dogs. And it's gotten me to have to just do a self-reflection, all based on a book that I read that I think is just absolutely amazing. And it's the one about the dog mirroring us. The dog is just being a representation of us. This is the whole concept of even that video I made of talking about how the animals are able to catch the prey. The predator is able to catch the prey because the predator mirrors the prey. And once they mirror the prey, they're able to get very, very close to the prey. And then once they're close to the prey, they're able to take, consume, and do whatever they want to the prey. Come here. There's a guy coming running. They could do whatever they want to the prey. So in that sense, the dog is only just acting like me. So that must mean that that's, come here, girl. That must mean that that is who I am. That I don't care. I don't care about y'all. I don't care about this. Hold on a second. That I'm the one that's in that situation that states. And this is something that really got real deep in my brain pretty much last night, I believe, when I was just trying to go to sleep. Something just came to my mind. It says, Mark, is that the way that you look at what God is all about on this planet? You only care about what God's going to do for you. You don't care about God. You only care about what he's going to give you. You only care about how he's going to be able to save you. You only care about how he's going to be able to just give you everything that you need, give you money, give you a house, make sure all your relationships are so perfect, but yet you don't want to be good to me. And I'm seeing that in reality in my life right now with, in reality, how my animals treat me. My dogs are looking at me like, I only want from you. So I'm seeing myself within those dogs. And then that led me down a real deep rabbit hole of really understanding exactly who I am, that I'm constantly trying to keep running away from. But for some reason, I just can't keep running away from it. And I just need to straight up accept it. This is just stuff that I've learned by working dogs and reading books even. And just put the book down, put it away, and just try to get some more understanding of what's going on. Everything in my life, I'm looking at the same way that I see how my dogs treat me. And my dogs are only treating me that way to show me who I am. And they're only just allowing me to be able to say, get irritated with the whole situation because they're only just showing me what I'm all about. They're showing me who I am. And when you start to see yourself, you start to get mad. You start to get a little angry. And you start to, in reality, you can turn into denial. You can start to blame others. You can start to do all kinds of stuff as opposed to just looking at it and saying, okay, this is just what it is. And once we get to that point, now maybe we could be able to move somewhere different. But for now, I look at these dogs as a sense like this girl here. She's all about, what are you going to give me? What are you going to give me? And if I don't give her what she wants in that moment, she's going to go find someone else to be able to go get it. That's just how it is. If I don't give her the food that she wants, she's like, well, forget you. I'm just going to sneak off. I'm going to go find, I'm going to go take whatever it is that I want to be able to take. She's not looking out for me at all, like straight up period at all. We're going right this way. We can't go that way anymore. They blocked it off because people, man, I don't understand human beings. So there's this preserve that's back over in this direction. It's really nice. You can only go about a third of the way, not even a fourth of the way into it now, because they blocked it off again, because they kept this preserve so no one goes in and messes up the preservation to keep it as natural as possible. And once they took the restriction away, human beings decided, let's go in there and chop wood down. Let's go in there and take all the rocks from the rock formations, because there's formations in there like little old huts and houses and stuff. It's amazing to go in there. And someone decided, oh, we're just gonna go take it all out of there. We're gonna go just cut trees down. We're gonna go in there and just start dumping garbage there. And it's just like, oh my goodness, we just can't have nothing that's just peaceful. People gotta come in and just destroy everything. And it doesn't quite make sense. And that's something that, again, I had to think on my own self in my life. If I'm in the middle of that, what is in my life that I'm doing that is a reflection of that? I do that same thing. I do the same stuff at my own house right now. I do some stuff that I really just shouldn't be doing. Why I have certain, this trail is kind of sketchy right now. Why I have certain issues that go on at the house. Because I'm destroying some that I shouldn't be. I'm neglecting some that I shouldn't be. I'm misusing some that I shouldn't be. So it's almost like anything and everything that I'm seeing in my like actual day-to-day with my eyeballs to be able to see is something that I'm in reality just straight up doing what I'm being. When I'm in relationships with people and it's just like, why are you always just not listening to me? It's because I'm not listening to you. Man, this is we good? You good, Offie? Man, no one's walked down this trail in a long, long while. I haven't been here in a while myself. These are the ones that I don't have the right shoes on for right now. If I had my boots, I wouldn't care. All right, let's go. Sorry. That's why I like these walkie talks, man. This is just real life right here. This is just stuff going on, and this is what I experience all the time. It's something that is just absolutely incredible, but it's not for the weak. You gotta get up and do. Got to get up and make something happen. That's sacrifices, I guess I could say, that I'm willing to be able to do and deal with and make happen. Get to see all kinds of stuff out here. You can see this nice big old buzzard up here, opening his wings up, flapping all around. The trails that not many people walk down, you get to see all the cool stuff. But it also gets a little sketchy. I just watched a video. I'm way off topic for a half a second, but I just watched a video of a guy riding his bicycle down some trails that look like this, with the one back there, and a bear started chasing him. I'm thinking to myself, if I'm on foot, I don't even know what the heck I would do in a scenario like that. Thankfully, we don't have bears here. I say that, but I don't know yet. But thankfully, we don't have bears, so I don't need to worry about that. But man, that's super scary right there. You're just riding your bike and see a bear start to chase you. The dude just starts pedaling it. Like, holy cow. But that's life right there. That's just the stuff that happens, the stuff that goes on. But I just noticed that what I see outwardly out here with what goes on is something that is inwardly going on with me. When I would go to folks' house and see a super anxious, fearful, nervous dog, and then you would look at me and say, oh, no, that's not me. I'm not like that. And I automatically, instantly know you don't really want any help with this dog because you're not accepting the fact of what's actually going on right now. Why the dogs are mirroring us? I don't know. How they're able to do it? I don't know. The whole reasonings behind it all, I don't know nothing why. But I just know that the longer you keep on hanging out with them, the more and more they want to keep on acting just like how you are and what you're all about. That's why day one, when I got this dog, she loved and she was always trying to be around people and let people pet her and touch her. The longer she's with me, don't touch me. Because that's how I am. Don't touch me. Don't even look at me. Don't try to even speak to me right now. You just stay the heck away from me. I just want to be able to live on these lands and do what I do. That's who she is now. That's how my shepherd is. That's how all of my dogs across the board are. But the main thing is, I'm really studying is the concept of y'all don't listen. Y'all only want something. You only care for what I'm giving in reality, a material sense. They don't care about time spent. They don't care about none of that. They only care about what you can actually physically give me to be able to eat so I can gorge myself to absolute death. Because I've done this some days of just, maybe I'm not, because my dogs are all lean. Maybe I'm just not feeding them enough. Maybe if I gave them more, they would finally be happy. No, They will go through 5 chickens. I mean, this dog right here yesterday, she just ate, I think, two and a half. She had a good sized one and a little one and a little one. And she still looks at me like, where's the rest at, buddy? Like, why aren't you giving me more? Same with Johnny. And then he still even goes and takes it just because. That's just what I see my dogs. That's how I see mine. I see mine as that. And it makes me have to do a self-reflection on myself of what I need to work on to be able to see that these dogs get into a different place, that they finally want to be able to just work for me, just for me, because of me, not because of what I give them access to, not because of all the extra stuff that I give to them, not because of any of that, but just because. And that's an interesting transition that I'm trying to be able to figure out, because it comes down to that concept of being the predator over the prey. My dogs are the predator to the other dogs. My dogs are the ones that are bossy. They tell them what to do. They're pushy. They don't back. I don't care what dog comes in my dog's faces. They tough. They just all about, this is mine. Like this Dalmatian, she got into a tiff with a dog in the house over a bone, because that dog in the house was like, that's my bone. And I'm like, oh, this is their house, just let it be. But she just looked at him like, I don't care. I'm taking that. And I'm like, man, that's unfortunately exactly how I am. It's all about what it is that I'm looking for, that I want, that I don't really care about what is yours even and what you want. This is what I want. This is the hardest part with me on why I make certain videos on talking about this whole concept of control, and somebody wanted to control us, and what would they want with that control? And unfortunately, I have a very, very good understanding of what folks want, because that's who I am. That's what I represent. And I'm trying to run away from it, but in reality, I can't. Because it's just I just never forget a comment that a guy wrote that's just straight facts. There has to be the one that's said controlling, and then there has to be the one that's willing to be controlled. You can't switch it up in reality. It's just what's genetically there. The genetics play a big role in that. That some people, you're just born with being just, you strong. You're a, I don't want to use this word, but it's just the easiest to say it. You're a solid dictator. You know how to get people to move, how to get people to react. You know how to make stuff get done. You know how to be able to change a whole group of people to believe what it is that you believe. You know how to do that. It's inside of you. And it's someone else, it's easy for you to just follow along with that person and say yes. Yes, okay, sure, I understand what you're saying. And it has to be that way. And for me, as much as I believe that control and dictatorship is a negative, that's just who I am. I see that in my dogs. I see that in all my animals in reality across the board, especially just like my donkey. I don't really talk about that dude much because he's the one that reveals out too much to me. I don't want to use this word, but he arrogant. He all about, the reason he can't be doing the job that he should be doing, protecting all of the cows and the goats and all that, because he is the biggest resource guarder of them all. He wants all of the land. He wants it all. He don't care. He'll put everything in a corner and he eats it all. Even though he can't possibly eat it all, he wants it all. He wants to take everything for himself. And I sit back and look at my life like, yep, I created that, because that donkey is one. I got him as a young little boy. He wasn't even a year old. He was a little baby. He was sold to me as an adult mini donkey. No, he was just young. That's why he was mini. He grew up to be a full-size donkey. But I spent a lot of time with the dude, and he's just a true representation to me. I spend a lot of time with these dogs. And they're just a true representation to me. As much as I'm trying to run away from that, that's just who I am. And I believe that that's what's kind of messing my life up this past couple of years, and especially this past couple of months. Trying to be too much of the follower that I'm not. I'm just not. I tell things what to do, and then we just get it done. The more that I keep working with these dogs, the more that I see how powerful that actually truly is. Because again, as much as these dogs just are all about gimme, 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 as much as I really like that, and as much as I like that and I let them do it more, the more that they are willing to want to be able to work with me, and the more that we're just having a good time back and forth together. We're not out here, let's go to the next water. We're not out here fighting and bickering and battling. I'm just allowing them to be who they are. I'm just allowing them to be what they're all about. And that's the difference between, there's going to be certain genetics out of the dogs as well that are going to want to be more followers and leaders, whereas there's going to be some that, this is why, to me, again, I believe that with our animals, we get paired. things line up for it to happen. I had a choice of picking like at least 50 different Dalmatians, and I ended up with this one. I had a chance between so many different Border Collies, I ended up with the one. I had a chance for every single one of my dogs to get a whole bunch of different ones outside of straight up. This is gonna sound messed up. The one dog I really just I don't know. He got selected to me. He's the only one that was, you're taking this dog, and I'm like, okay. But still, even with that, I could say somebody said it just lines up that we get the dog, we get the animal that gets paired to us, and it starts to just bond with you in a way of showing you more of who you are. And for me, I ended up with dogs that are just all about, they run the play. They dictate everything. They tell all the dogs what to do, where to go, because this is why dogs don't bark at me when I have these guys, especially either one I have them. So Kahi he's on his day of rest right now. He can't do these long walks every day. But they don't bark because my dogs seriously just look right in their faces, and I could see it, like, because they don't lie. My dog look right in the face and say, "You better shut up. You stop that. We're not doing that right now." And the other dog looks at them like, "Okay," and then they just run along. They do that almost 100% of the time. I just don't have issues with other dogs messing with mine, and it's kind of very creepy in a way, because that's the same way I am. When someone wants to look at me all hostile, I don't say words. I just look at folks, and they just walk away and leave and move along. So I just don't fight. I don't fight because I never need to. I never had to, because I know how to fight in a completely different way of just standing my ground with not being nervous, not being scared, not being nothing, but just extremely confident of knowing I'm going to win this. I'm winning this. I don't care. I don't care that you're way bigger, way smarter, have more of this and more of that. I'm winning this, because there's one thing. This is why I'm really good at working with dogs that are at this stage of fighting the battle. Because I look at that dog and I say, "Hey, are you willing to go to death?" Because I am. And that dog, they always back down 100% of the time. Because I look at that dog that wants to bite me in my face every time. I walk into many, many houses that the dog is willing and wanting to bite my face off. Their owner is right behind the dog, and the dog's looking me dead in my eye like, "Hey, buddy, if you take one more step, I'm biting you." And I look dead in that dog and I say, "If you take one more step, I'm killing you." And that dog is like, "Yeah, okay, we're good." Because he's not willing to go that far. I'm willing to go that far. And that's another thing that is kind of really scary at the same time, with me realizing who I am, because that's how my dogs are. My dogs do that same thing. Watching the intensity of my Border Collie move. There's one thing about these dogs biting these bite sleeves and stuff and hitting them with these little fake rubber sticks. It's another thing to have an animal that wants to take the animal's life because it's trying to move it. When you watch a dog move these bulls around and they're in a small little area and the bulls are kicking them and hitting them against the arena rails and hitting them into, my dog's been hitting the barbed wire fences before. He's been hit, he's been kicked, he's been stomped on, he's been bitten, he's been everything. He's been hitting so hard that they flung the dude like over 10 feet in the air, and he spins around and comes back and goes even harder again. That's a whole different level of intensity than just a dog on a bite sleeve, because that dog is going into that bite sleeve knowing that that person is not actually intending to harm, where that bull is intending to harm that dog. And for it to still keep going, I don't know, that's just weird. And that's why at the end of the day, some folks say it's genetics, but it's also the person behind that's driving that dog to be able to make that dog want to be able to do that. It doesn't quit. It'll keep going. It'll keep going. It doesn't quit. That dog does not quit. He doesn't, it don't care how hard he's breathing to the point that he looks like he's about to pass out. When he's in that battle with them bulls, with that bull to get him to move, he doesn't quit. He keeps going and going and going and going and going. Then that bull finally just submits and says, "Wow, buddy, like, I don't know what else to do with you." That's why I have zero issues with cows on my property at all anymore, because that dog was willing to go to death. He went all the way. He go all the way. He don't care. And there's something that someone can say that's impressive, but to me that's scary. But at the same time, I know it's needed. It's needed, unfortunately. And I'm trying to figure out how to be able to, this might sound messed up, accept myself for understanding that this is just what I am. This is why the doctors have told me some things in my life that just all line up with what I'm saying right now, but I try to reject it all. And it's very, very strange. It's very strange is all I'm going to say. And stuff that I've just learned with looking at my dogs and playing with mine. You may have that dog that's like, it really cares about me. It really shows me affection. It's just there for me. I personally don't own a dog like that. I personally own dogs that are all about their own self. And in my understanding and my way of life and way of being, this is why I've been struggling so much with dogs. Because when a dog is willing to want to just work for you, you know, you're going to have a very easy time. But mine have always given me pushback. They have always looked at me like they don't really care to want to even do nothing for me. They've always been like that. So I've always been having issues that obedience doesn't work. So some of y'all, getting your dog a good downstay, you might have that perfect dog. So dog training is going to work for you. But other folks, you're not going to get anywhere, because the issue is not an issue of obedience. It's an issue of the relationship coming from a place that it's not the animal that needs to be fixed. It's the human being that needs to be able to get a better understanding of what's going on this planet. Thank you. You better now, girl? This dog here is this is something that I know how I am. When say things aren't going my way, I just create my own game. I start up something new. I just get like, scrap that. I don't care. I'm gone. I'm moving on. That's how I am. That's how this dog is. When she doesn't get to do what she wants, she turns into just this animal. She's so hard to deal with. She gets all a little, like, just a little, the word I like to use there is the easiest is emotional. She gets like, well, forget you. You don't want to listen to me, so why should I give a crap about you? And she'll sit on the other side of the couch, sit on the other side of the patio. I don't really stay in the house much because my dogs are like, I don't want to use this word, but they're perfect in the house. They just lay down and just go to sleep. When I'm outside, even just sitting on the patio, it's a completely different experience of life. So I spend most of my time, or I automatically do spend most of my time outside, but I make them spend most of their time outside as well to actually see what's really going on. Because inside of the house, they just lay down. They don't do anything. But I just keep watching these dogs and just asking and praying in the reality of what's going on. Why is it that this is happening? Why is it that my dogs are treating me this? Why is it that I even think this way about the dog? Why is it this thought even came to my mind of literally just waking up one day, looking at the dog and saying, you don't care about me. You only care about what I do. How did that even come to me? Why would that even be an option? Why wouldn't my first thought be, oh, y'all really, really do like me? And it's something that I'm just doing here that's causing something outside of just straight up saying, you only like what I do. You don't like me. And if I stop doing what I'm doing, which I've tested, you'll stop wanting to even do anything for me, which I've tested again. And I'm going to continue to keep on testing, to continue to keep on seeing. Because again, this week, I mean, we've ran, 50 miles this past week. So then this week, we're already started at almost, we ran yesterday. We're already at 15 miles. Was it Tuesday? So yeah, we're 15 miles in already. So we'll probably do another 50 or 60 miles. And as long as I do that, this dog is perfect. Like, straight up, I can use that word right there. She's flawless. She's beautiful. She listens to everything that I say. But the moment that I don't, she's like, buddy, I don't care anything about you.